Hey, what's up, people of Earth? This is the homie Pedro. I'm gonna talk to you about the time I became a pimp on accident and passive income. So this happened about 10 years ago. Um, I was helping my brother out. He was coming off of heroin, and it was at a really seedy motel. So I got a room for him so he can help kick his habit. Paid a whole week for it, and then I was getting him like full beers to get into his system because people coming off heroin that throw up a lot. It's nasty. Don't do heroin. But anyways, I was walking to the store to go get some more beer, and there's a door just opens on the side of me, some random motel room, and this guy's running out, and this girl's holding her eye, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like she was in pain, like dude, she obviously just got hit, and she's like, "He took my money," and I didn't even think. I just acted, ran after the dude, kicked his leg out from under him, that little trip move, and beat the hell out of him. And I just took all of his money. I opened his wallet, took all of his money, didn't even think twice about it. Went to her room, and I was like, "Oh, here's your money." And and she was like kind of in awe a little bit, and then anyways, I was like, we had exchanged information, stuff like that. I was like, yeah, in case you need a like call the police or something like that. I don't know what's going on. And then she's like, "Oh no," and then explains to me that she was a prostitute, and that she gave me $40 of the money. It was 120. She gave me 40, and so I was like, okay, that's cool. And and then I already had her information, and then she's like, why don't you just come back? I'm gonna have some more guys come through and stuff like that, and it'll be good to have your protection, which is kind of brazen. I mean, she just got punched, but turns out she had a heroin habit too, so there's a lot of heroin going on in that motel, stuff like that. So go get my beer, drop it off with my brother, and I go to the room. And then we came up with a code word of cowboy, because I told her, if you're gonna do this, you might as well have a code word. So it was pretty distressing. So I'd go in the bathroom, and I'd hear stuff, you know what I mean? And then they're done, and I would just come out. But as long as I didn't hear cowboy, which I didn't hear that night, then everything was good. So she was charging $100 per person. There was only 3 other people there, and then giving me $20, 20%. So all in all, I made $100, 40 off the first dude, and then the 3 additional. And then I want to say this all lasted about 3.5 months. So I would go to work, stuff like that, and then I would get a text from her saying that she's gonna be in such and such area, and then yeah, we do that. Usually, she had a regular on Fridays where she didn't even really need me, so that was cool. But she was trying to branch out, and just for context, like, she was not an ugly person. She caramel skin and blue eyes, so she was half black, half German. So yeah, I would have charged higher if I was her, but whatever. I'm not the one doing that. So it's 20% from her, and then one day we're meeting somebody at a park. It's called Fairmont Park, in Salt Lake City. They changed the whole park now, but at the time there was this 24-hour fitness, and we go up there, and we're gonna go meet some dude. And whenever someone wants to meet in a car and I don't know the person, I would take the keys. Like, they would drive to a place, I would take the keys, and then she would call me when they're done. So I would leave and just take the keys with me. And I was packing at the time, so that helped. Allegedly packing. And so, anyways, while we were at this park, we see this gay dude, and he had this time he this time she wanted this guy wanted to meet her in the bathroom. So they go we're going to go to a bathroom, and I was just gonna stand outside the bathroom, which is nasty park bathroom, whatever. I guess he just didn't have a place to go, stuff like that, and was kind of just looking like, oh, there, you know. But anyways, there was this gay dude that had gotten SA'd and beat up really bad. And then turns out it was just some random guy that did it. And then he found out what I was doing, and he's like, "Will you protect me too?" And I was just like, "All right, cool, whatever." Um, and I had no idea, and this would probably shock y'all, but like the gay dude was making thousands a day. She was making like 180 range per person, you know what I mean? Unless it was like something smaller. Sometimes if it was like a real quick thing, it would be like $20, something like it. She wasn't charging much. But the gay dude, and the reason why the gay dude was making so much money is because of religion. So a lot of these people, they were married and they had high standing in the predominant religion in Salt Lake. And they're very anti-gay, anti-minority type of deals. Like they weren't cool with black people until I think it was like 1978. They had to change their thing, or it was in the 80s. But before that, it was like if you were a sinner, you were cursed, so you were black from being cursed. Um, I know they still call like Native Americans Lamites, stuff like that. Anyways, that's why I'm not religious at all. But anyways, sidetracked. Yeah, so these people would come. They were usually married, and they would be driving the nicest cars, and then they would give me the money for a room. We'd go into these nice hotel rooms. I would put it, and I would just show them my ID, rent the room out, and then same thing, car key, and then I would just wait. I would just wait for them. I ain't gonna be in the same room as that. But I was surprised by how much money he was making. Cause like with her, like I said, I was making like 60, $100. That was pretty consistent per day as passive income. Cause it's something I'm not doing. But like I've only had to get violent once with a John. That was it. But yeah, I mean, some people paid her just to vent out their problems. You know what I mean? Like, it was really weird, really weird. But yeah, I would have never expected that. The gay dude made way more money, and then almost like it was meant to be. The last time I ever went, it was her, me, and I all hanging out, and this rich guy comes, and he wants to spend $2,000 for them to split $1,000 each, and then he wanted me to videotape it, and he was gonna pay me $500 to videotape it. But and the weirdest thing was how much money he was willing to spend, but it was in the same motel room that she got punched at in the eye. It was the weirdest thing, and so I it was he wanted to be in her while having the gay guy in him and wanted me videotaping it. And I'm not into that type of thing. I've never been asked to record anything like that. Yeah, I'm good. And so I was like, nah, I'm all right. And then I was like, let me get a breather and think about it. So I walked outside the room, and then I just left. I deleted their numbers and text message and like everything. I was like, this is too much. So it was almost poetic the way that it started from the way that it ended. But yeah, passive income. Now my only source of passive income really is just messing around on like Robinhood app. I go all in on AI, but I put a lot of it into my Roth IRA. Yeah, that pimp stuff. It was weird. It was weird because I was collecting a percentage for someone else's thing allegedly. You know. But yeah, it was definitely one of the weirder times in my life, and I couldn't believe that someone so beautiful could be addicted to something like that and do the nastiest stuff. I mean, it was nasty. Like I never slept through her, but just from seeing the stuff that she would do, I'm like, ugh, nah, nah. That's like a walking sewer thing. You know what I mean? Like that's just ugh, ugh. Just thinking about it. But yeah, never would have thought about it, man. I always wondered like if these people like have double lives, but they definitely do, man. I mean, the amount I've never seen like a broke gay dude pick up the gay dude. It was always some balling dude, and he was on the up and up. Like if you would look at him and you would think CEO or help principal, you know what I mean, or something. You would think like bishop, that's where the tithing money's coming from, or going to. But yeah, anyways, figured I'd tell a little street story there. Promise not all my stories gonna be street stories, but that's just for entertainment. So yeah, I don't know what you heard about me. No, I'm just playing. But y'all have a good one. One love. Peace out. Stay safe. Cause I'm a PIMP. Yeah. Know what you heard about me, but just can't get a dollar. No, I'm just playing. I can't sing. All right, peace.